Ladies and gentlemen, it is race night here at SIMSeniors. Myself and Desi in the commentary box, bringing you tonight's Group 2 action from the legendary Temple of Speed that is Monza. So we're just waiting for quali to get underway. It's the first couple of cars heading out onto the track now.
It's nice to join you this evening for the first broadcast of the SIMSeniors Group 2. Been looking forward to this all day.
So this is round 2 of the season. I think before the action gets started, we've got to talk about turn 1, lap 1, because that is obviously a bit legendary for this track and can be a bit of a sticky sore subject, especially in the chat rooms as we warm up for the race. But once you get past that, it's a cracking track for some wheel-to-wheel racing, as we saw with yourself last night, Dizzy.
Oh, brilliant, yeah, it was a really good time last night in Group 1. Absolutely raced brilliantly. Everybody on track deserves a round of applause for how we got through turn 1.
Yeah.
I'm honestly shocked at how little chaos there was. I'm hoping to see the things the same tonight and see these cars get through.
A few bumps and scrapes, but I think that's the kind of thing you've got to expect. That is ever so tight going into there, but as I say, once we're past that, it is a cracking track for some wheel-to-wheel action.
All about getting the run out of the corners here, getting that draft to make the move and get the run. We could see some brilliant dive bombs in for turn 1 and turn 3. It could be absolutely brilliant to watch.
Yeah, I think the racing's ever so close in these groups, Group 1 and Group 2. They're very evenly packed. There's only a couple of seconds difference really from first all the way down to 30th position. So it's going to be some really close action. So we're going to have our wits about us to keep up with as much as we can tonight.
Here we go. We've got Keith starting his first flying lap of the session. Let's see where the bar gets set and see where he lands.
He heads down to that treacherous turn 1, hard onto the brakes.
You want to be so careful with here, not to eat too much curb and unsettle the car. He's done a nice job of getting through.
It's a good exit,
And you're keeping it absolutely pinned through this sweeping right-hander. Absolutely pinned.
Absolutely. Down to the second chicane, which I'm going to try and name Varianti della Roggia. It's probably not pronounced right.
I don't think you did too bad there, fella. Oh, he's not done it too bad. Nice and clean and tidy through there.
Yeah.
Coming up to Les Mo 1. Nice.
He's cracking police liveried Audi.
I would hope I never see one of them behind me on the streets.
It's good work around Lesmo 2 as he comes down to the very tricky Scari, before the long right-hander Parabolica. Just get the braking part right. Just a little bit deep.
Playing it quite safe. Get a time on the board.
Stayed away from that little treacherous sausage curb.
Sausages are for eating, not for driving over.
Absolutely.
Now can he just now
Parabolica and set the first time of the night. He's got a good line through there. Good run outs, nice and clean.
What we're going to see for the first time. 151.8, not bad at all, but it's immediately been taken off.
They're coming in.
Yep. We've got Carl, who's done a 150.2, followed by Simon with the 150.5. It's close up the front with the opening laps.
Absolutely. Simon in the BMW was looking very quick in practice, so he's going to, if he can nail those laps, he should be right up there. We've got Robert Homer in the Porsche just coming. It's dropped down to 4th now, but he's posted a 150.8, and that's Payne in the Honda that's put it on 2nd so far with a 150.4.
Simon here. Simon's already up 6/10 this lap.
Starting to get the pressures up and the heat into the tyres properly. So the second and third lap should be quicker than that first clean lap.
He is running into a bit of traffic here with the police Audi. Is this going to affect his lap, or will he be able to get a nice tow down the straight? We saw that in Group 1 yesterday with Russell setting a 48.3, I believe it was, with the tow. Absolutely stunning lap.
He might just have enough gap there to get the nice tow. They've both come through Ascari very well. He's in the tow.
Is it gonna lose him time though coming up? Audi's gonna want to post his time as well. He's not gonna want to give it up.
No, he's not. He's still up though. He's still up. He's up by a second.
Lost a little bit of time there, but he's still 8 tenths up as he comes towards the line. 7. Oh, 49.8. That is a good lap.
It's a cracking lap. Cracking lap.
Good lap from Simon.
Really, really good. We've got some. There's lots of times coming in now.
Simon here is a second and the 3 tenths. He's gone put himself up to 14th with that 153.4. Not a bad lap at all. Will Kai will be able to take it from him and make a jump with the 0.6. He stays where he is in 15th. We're going to jump back to Simon here, who's already a second up through the first chicane.
Yeah, he's keeping it nice and tight. Good exit, good exit. As he heads down to his second chicane.
Very heavy on the brakes.
Got a clean exit though. Heads down to Lesmo 1, sorry.
It looks like he's not going to. He might have to take another run at it at the next lap.
Yeah, I think he lost a bit of time going through that second chicane. But up towards the front, we've got 5th and 6th place at the moment. We've got Mellon and Homer up on their laps. It's a Neil Mellon in the BMW. He's currently on a 150.7. He's nearly half a second up. Is he going to run just into traffic? Or has he got enough of a gap in front of him?
It looks like that's the number 42 of Ian Roke. He's going to have a little bit more pace in him, so this might affect his lap time coming towards the end of the lap here. It is not affecting Homer's lap. Homer, he is absolutely flying at 8 tenths.
He is flying. Even getting past a bit of back markers as well. Bit of a slide on. He's held it well. Power down.
Second up. This is going to be a good time. This is
looking good.
Going to go from 6th all the way up to pole position.
He's on pole.
It from Simon.
Cracking lap. A 149.6. Homer really shifted in that Porsche. Really shifting.
2 tenths up the front. It's going to be interesting to see if Simon gets out there again and is able to take that from him.
It's a good start to the next lap as well. He's managed to take a bit of speed. He was up just going through the first chicane.
We've got Gary here. Gary's just come over the line, done a 152.3, taking him to 18th. That's a little improvement he'll be happy about.
He'll be happy with that. We've got Jeff, who's up as well in the McLaren. He's just lost just a little bit of time coming through there, but he's still up. He's still up.
Is it going to move him up? Oh, it doesn't. He stays where he is for now. Stays where he is. Up in 8th, we've got Roger Dismukes.
In the Audi.
He's not having the best lap this lap. Hopefully he'll get time to go around. We've got another time to go another 2 laps.
Looks like he just backed out of that one, perhaps.
Yeah, he was green. He was green as we jumped over.
We've got Paul Wallace. He's currently 16th. He's 3 tenths up on his lap at the moment. But we've got Angelo Corallo. He's 0.8 of a second up as well, currently in 20th. So everyone is really up in their pace. This is going to be a good lap.
Well, Oh, he avoided the
1.4
bumps
seconds up.
there. He is definitely going to jump up with this lap. If he can get through a Scari, avoiding the bumps in the Porsche, this could be an absolute flyer of a lap.
Yeah, this tricky part coming up, but he's still gaining time.
He's going to be seeing that green delta, and he's going to be getting more excited as the heart starts to beat. You start coming down this chicane with one corner to do.
He'll be relieved that he's got through there. He knows his lap is quick. He's going to see that delta is green. Now he's just got to now parabolica, get it right, and he's in for a cracking time here. He's done well. It's a really well taken corner. He's still 1.5 seconds up, 1.6 seconds up. Absolutely nailing it to the line. Where's this going to put him?
Oh, he's going to put him right up to 8. Just in front of Roger.
150.8. Cracking lap. Cracking lap.
Well, he only got Roger by 500th of a second. That's close.
How tight. It's going to be really, really tight all the way through this pack.
If we look at the pole and go backwards, we're looking at 1 to 5 are all within a second of each other. Yeah. If you go from 3rd back a second, you're looking at 3rd to 11th are all within a second of each other. This is going to be so tight throughout this race.
Yeah, this is going to make for some exciting racing. Really is. So looking through, who else have we got?
We've got Payne. Payne's up.
Payne is on the up, yep. Currently sitting in 4th on a 150.1. 3/10 up at the moment.
In the Honda, is known, but it's been talked about with the Honda's new gain speed with the BOP this year. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do with it at the tempo of speed.
Absolutely. Getting now this chicane.
Oh, a little bit wide.
Slidey.
He saved it.
He didn't bin it, but he's lost his lap.
He'll be gutted about that. He's got enough time to go through and get another one in there, though.
Yeah, absolutely. He's just going to recompose himself and settle. Absolutely.
We're going to jump over to Chris Wilson here. It looks like his start of his lap's been foiled by a little bit of traffic.
Yeah. 30 cars on track. It's a relatively small track. It's easy to trip each other up. But we've got Carl Albon. Albon is 3/10 up, currently in 5th on the 150.2.
Can he keep this through a Scari? If he can keep this up through a Scari and towards Parabolic, he could net himself 3rd, which would put him on the inside for turn 1, which is a nice place to be, inside turn 1.
Nice place to be.
Outside
Rise those sausages well. Can you get the exit right? Now's the exit. Really well done. So coming up to the last right-hander. If he can now this, get it right, could squeeze a couple more tenths out of this.
Oh, he gained a little bit, but he's lost it back. A little improvement here will still gain him a position.
I think he's going to set exactly the same time as he set before.
He's going to stay where he is. He's going to stay where he is.
We've got some others on the up. Paul Murray is 6/10 up. Neil Mellon is 4/10 up. It's all going on.
Oh, might have a bit of a wobble coming out of a Scari.
Bit of a wobble.
Going to cost him down the straight here.
Currently on a 51.1 as he comes to the last corner. It is a tricky right-hander. He can so easily understeer wide. He just...
Oh, that's going to cost me. He's going to be lucky to get another lap in here. We're going to jump across the Neil. Neil is absolutely
Neil flying, yeah.
7/10. This is going to put him right up there.
Where's he going to put him?
That's given him third. He'll be very happy about that.
A 150.1. Look how close that is at the top.
So close, 200ths of a second between 3rd and 4th.
And well, yeah, there's 6/10 or 6,000s between 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Having 3rd and having the inside line into turn 1 is brilliant. It gives you the going into turn 2. You have the outside, which is where a lot of the drama happens, and you have an escape route. You don't get caught up and bunched up on the inside. You're able to take to the rumble and the sand and avoid stuff. So maybe that'll be crossing his mind
Absolutely. I'm not sure what side is the perfect side to be on, to be honest. Because if you're just in front, obviously the inside is going to be preferable. But if you're in the pack, as you say, being on the outside, you do have the escape route. But Neil Mellon, has he got another lap in? Is he
He
still?
looks like he's
Yeah,
absolutely on another burner here. He's
he's a half
found
a
his
second up.
pace. We're starting to lock in the positions here. We've got Homer up in first and Simon up in first, but that is not certain that the way that Neil's going.
If he
Neil
can
could take
continue,
second at this rate. He could even take pole. Oh,
it's a bit slow.
oh, he
He's
wiggled.
sliding at the exit of Ascari there. He's still up, but can he just?
That's going to hurt him watching that Delta just bleed out down this straight.
Yeah. He was giving it everything, everything.
Oh, he's gave it. He's going to settle for third. We are
Gonna be
going to
third
jump
place.
over to Anthony Flack, who's 3/10 up.
3 cents up.
Could this gain him some vital positions into the top 10?
As he flies down towards Ascari, hard on the brakes. Nice entry. Can he now the exit?
Oh, that's a
He'll
big
be
bump.
glad we got that on camera.
He will be glad.
There's one for the photo reels.
We're on board with Ian here, who's just going to cross the line to finish up the session.
I think we've got one more. I think Jeff.
Is there one more?
I think Jeffy's still out there. He's currently.
Oh no, there may be a few more out there.
Just up.
Oh, he stays where he is, and that is the end of qualifying, folks.
So much going on in qualifying there. How tight is that up the front?
It is absolutely tight with the leaders only a little bit between them. We're talking 1/10 of a second between first and second, between Homer and Simon, and then Neil.
Yeah.
So for the top 10, I'm going to read them out. We've got Robert Homer in first, Simon Aiden second, Neil Mellon in third, Phil Giles in fourth, Conrad Payne in fifth, Carl Albon in sixth, Chris Wilson in seventh, Angelo Corello in eighth, Christian Sullivan in ninth, Roger Dismukes in 10th, Paul Murray 11th, Anthony Flack 12th, Brian Banks 13th, Alex North 14th, Keith Moore 15th, Gary Broadbent 16th, David Snetter 17th, Andrew Milcott 18th, Ian Roke 19th, Paul Wallace 20th, Glenn Parkinson's 21st, Jeff Afdal 22nd, Simon Bushell 23rd, Kyle Bradford in 24th, and that rounds up our grid for the starting at Monza.
This is going to be exciting. This is where the nerves are going to start kicking in now, because everybody knows the stories of and has been involved in some kind of drama at T1. So let's hope there is minimal touching, bumping. There are no major accidents, and everyone can make it through unscathed. So everyone can then just start to relax, get that first lap out the way, and start to settle into rhythm, and we'll be in for some really exciting racing.
It is nice to see everybody has put in a qualifying lap. I know what it's like at this track. Some people would even opt to not start in the middle or the front and choose to start at the back to ensure their safety, so to speak.
Absolutely. Any public lobby, I'm happy to start at the back at Monza. But yes, as was pointed out yesterday, though, if you do start at the back and there is a major pile-up, you still got to get through it anyway. So I don't think there is any perfect way or position to start Monza. You just got to trust those around you, and I think everyone is a very capable driver here in Group 2. So. But there's always going to be bumps. So it's going to be interesting. The nerves are certainly going to be starting to feel it now, as we did last night.
I'm going to pause you there, Craig, because I'm going to say that we are all lined up on the grid. We are getting ready for the warm-up lap out here.
So it's a full lap formation lap, just to get the heat into those tyres, just to get everyone's nerves just settled down.
Get the brakes warmed up. People will be paying attention to them brake temperatures for the first corner.
Absolutely.
Especially the McLaren boys. They know about cold brakes into turn 1 here, I assure you that.
We know a thing about that. And so this is a 35-minute sprint race. There's no mandatory pit stops. Flat out from green lights to the checkered flag. So this is where it gets interesting. This is why we're here. Looking forward to this.
Me too. I've been thinking about this all day. Just
Yeah.
really looking forward to seeing how Group 2 do their stuff and hopefully get a good race in here. If it's anything like last night, we're in for a treat.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be
We're starting to hear
keeping the hold of the action. I think it's going to be the tough bit for us, but we'll give it a shot.
You can start to hear the purr of these engines as they've all loaded up with fuel. They're all ready. I guarantee the nerves are going as they start. Are getting all their setups set in and everything settled in.
Have I added enough fuel? Yeah.
And here we are, the Porsche's away. Start the warm-up lap.
So we're going to see them just probably doing a bit of weaving to get the pressures through the tyres, get those pressures up, heat into the brakes. As they slowly enter T1. Get a good look at it.
The leader's pace. It looks like the leader he's keeping up the pace. It can be hard with a leader that hasn't led before, doesn't have the experience, or maybe a bit timid of going a bit too far forward or not accelerating and braking hard enough. It looks like he's doing a great job of getting that Porsche up to working temperature for the start of this race.
Yes, he's not. He's used to being. He's a very capable racer. He's Robert in the Porsche. I've raced with him quite a few races now. Even before SIMSeniors, we've bumped into each other in open lobbies many a time.
Neil is going to be in anticipation here, seeing how close the leaders were together. He might be hoping for a little bit of T1 madness, and to make the most of it, he's perfectly capable of leading this race if he gets up there. We start to see them come round to the Lesmos now.
Yeah, about halfway through the lap. They should all be settled down a little bit now. Hopefully the nerves has just started to fade as they're focused on getting.
Oh, I seem to have lost Craig there for a second. I don't know what's happened to him. I'm sure he'll be back.
I am back.
You are back.
I clicked the wrong button.
Easily done. Easily done.
There we go. I am back. I can see what I'm doing again. Now there we go.
There we go.
We're coming under the bridge.
Under the bridge now. At this point, the nerves are really settling in. The two corners of the cars will start to bunch back up. They all obeyed by their delta on screen.
Yeah, the bridge of fear, I find that, because you know as you're going under that, you're coming up to a scarring. As you know, there's not many corners at Monza, but they're all treacherous in their own way. You know, you can, even going around the Lesmos, if you don't get the line right, you can run wide, you can get on the power too early, you can oversteer. Very treacherous.
Very horrible bumps on the exit of Lesmo too. Absolutely. Yes. And the track limits there are definitely treacherous.
Yeah, absolutely. So starting to bunch up now, coming down to Parabolica.
Start to see them all grip their grid slots and start to bunch up.
Yeah.
We will do our best to cover this turn one.
We certainly will. I'm nervous. I'm excited. So we're seconds away now from the start of race 2 of the SIMSeniors Group 2 season here at Monza.
They've probably already hit the pit limiter speed now. They're quite spaced out between the first and the second, guys.
Out.
Maybe there was a bit of an error during the start procedure there. The Porsche's gained quite a bit of ground, but we go green here for 35 minutes.
We are racing. Homer has got a bit of clear air there going down to T1.
You can see the McLaren and the Porsche, they're just brushing each other. Just brushing. As we come down into the braking zone, nice and clean so far.
Very respectful. Little bit of tapping there.
Little bit of tapping. We go back through. It looks like it's turned into a bit of a car park. We got a car the wrong way around back here.
Yeah, I think he just got tapped and spun.
The wrong way around back in the background there. We're on board with Jeff. It is chaos back here. We go back to see what happened. We've got Vitaly Justice, Roke, Glenn have all suffered a little bit of contact in the beginning there that's dropped them down.
Fingers crossed there's not too much damage and it was just a tap and a little spin.
Oh, we have a bit of a moment.
So we've got, is it Simon Bushell in the Aston there? Jeff riding the curbs.
Oh, we have had, we're seeing we always see two cars.
It's all going off at the second chicane.
You know what they say, if it's not going to be the first, it's going to be the second one.
It's going to be the second. A bit of touching there between the Beamer and the Audi. They both come through. That's Dismukes and Parkinson. And Parkinson.
We are seeing quite a few cars come through the middle of the pack here that are carrying quite a bit of damage. So it's going to be, is the car drivable? Will you need to pit? It looks like Jeff here has picked up quite a bit.
He's giving up some places. He's moving out the way for people there. I think he looks like he's carrying a bit
out of trouble.
much damage.
Oh, the BMW collecting and leaving the corner.
Yeah. I think he's going to tiptoe it back to the pits. But he's squirming across the track there. I think he's safe now. But it looks like there's a couple of cars in the pits. We've got Keith Moore.
Homer's come into the pit. The race leader has come into the pits here.
What's happened there?
We're not too sure. We'll maybe have to ask after the race to see what happened, or find out what happened there. But Simon,
he's driving straight through.
Yeah, maybe he picked up a drive-through. Maybe at the start for his position.
I think that may explain why he had that extra bit of gap.
Yeah,
so that's dropped him down to. He's come out in 16th place.
16th place. Simon's going to be very happy about that. Very happy about that.
He's going to put the hammer down now, though. He's very quick in that Porsche, so I expect to see him really trying to fight to get through the rest of the pack there. So who are we on board with now? So we're on board with Corello in the Porsche, currently in second place, 2.5 seconds behind Simon in the BMW, who's currently leading the race at the moment.
What's that in the background? We've got an Audi that's come around in the background there.
And he's still going round.
He's got it. He's avoided the walls.
So who was that? That was Sullivan in the Audi. Not sure what quite happened, but I think there was a bit of a connection with another car there. He's obviously put some wheel tyres onto the grass and spun it as well. It doesn't look like he's ridden that well.
Yeah, he's not picked up any damage by the looks of it.
Bit squirmy tyres.
We got one. We got one, boys.
The wall was collected in. Monza has him now.
We're going to go and jump up to Giles, but it looks like he's 0.2 behind this McLaren.
He's right in the toe. Right in the toe, coming down the straight.
Coming down.
Looks gone to the inside. Can he outbrake the McLaren? This is going to be interesting. Who's going to yield first? The McLaren yields. He's held it well. Great move. Very well done.
Turn one. Great
Absolutely.
Move. Up into fourth. He's going to be very pleased with that. He can put his foot down and start thinking about closing that 5-second gap up to the top three. We've got Gary and Broadbent here that are coming through the first corner. It's a little bit clustery, but there seems to be some packs forming in the group.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a 4-car train here, which is can be useful because of the slipstream. They'll just pull each other along. So you might find these four start putting in some very good times. Coming through the second chicane, all four of them are nice and close and clean. The Porsche is gaining.
I'm gonna have to jump in there because we've got Neil who is absolutely trying to make a move on Angelo here for second place.
He's all over the back of that Porsche as they come through.
He's going to tuck behind here and try and get as much draft as he can. Get close through Parabolica, and he might be able to make a go of it into turn one down the home straight here.
He should, in theory, if he can nail this corner, have the draft and the power over the Porsche in that BMW. As they hurtle down to the start-finish straight. He's going defensive. Is Corello in the Porsche?
Well, the BMW is pulling in on him. Look at the speed there, 260, 270.
And we know the BMW can late brake. He's thinking about it. He
thought about it, but he just couldn't make the corner.
Fair play to him for just taking the grass there so he didn't collide with the Porsche. So I think he's in two minds what to do. Then he was going to do it, he wasn't going to do it, then he went for it.
He made the right choice in bailing out if he wasn't sure into that corner, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Although he's lost a bit of time, he can now get the hammer down again and set himself up for a cleaner move.
We've got Christian Sullivan who's come into the pits and he's dropping down a few places. We're seeing people move up as he's doing his pit stop, we believe, to get some damage repaired on the Audi.
Yeah, we saw him have a bit of a collision with the wall coming out of his Scari. Homer now up to 11th place after having to do a drive-through on the first lap. He's also set the fastest lap of the race.
He is absolutely hammered down here, trying to get back to the front.
So he's just sitting behind Ian Roke in the BMW at the moment, all over the back of that Beamer.
Oh, he ate a bit too much of the curb on the inside there.
Yeah, might have had a bit of dirty air as well as he went into the braking point. But he'll be quick through a Scari, Robert. So how much time can he make up on that BMW?
Does look like he's carrying a bit of damage at the front end there. Maybe he was involved in a bit of the action at turn one.
Yeah, a bit of argy-bargy.
Too much
Robert's
of the
lost his hit ball.
Oh, he's going to be so upset about that. He was absolutely pushing to try and get back through the pack after his mistake in the first lap that picked him up. No, it was a mistake during the starting procedure that nailed him a drive-through.
Yep.
So he's out of position. Hopefully, maybe it's not too bad and we'll be able to continue on. But we've got a change of position here between the leaders. It looks like one has taken the shortcut. Mellon seems to have gone up into first. Mellon seems to be
second.
Yeah.
So the BMW's got past the Porsche of Corello. So we've got BMW's first and second in Simon Aid and Neil Mellon at the moment.
We've got Porsche, Honda with them by 3 McLaren. It's very nice to see the Porsche on track. We don't have that luxury in Group 1. There is no Porsche. He's letting back through, but maybe the incident at turn 1 was the BMW's fault, and he's just given the position back.
Yeah, it definitely looked like he gave that back.
I don't know if you noticed there, but the 50-meter board is no longer there.
Gone. Yeah.
Folks, that is a very crucial board. There is not many braking reference points into Lesmo too. Once that 50-meter board is gone, it's a shot in the dark. You push that brake pedal as you feel like it's the right time.
Absolutely. It disappeared last night and made me scared, to be honest. But so Neil is back on the chase of that Porsche after giving back the position. And he's also got Phil Giles closing the gap behind him as well. So this is going to become very soon a three-way battle, possibly a four-way battle, because we've also got the Honda of Payne closing it. He's going to take the Porsche, I think, down the inside. They're side by side.
Coming to the braking zone.
They are side by side down the start-finish straight. Who's going to yield first? I think the Honda's just got it in front. If he can, now the braking point makes the pass nice and clean. Payne is on the charge, up into fourth.
We see him working through the pack. Homer's down in 13th now after the damage. Hopefully we might see him gain a few positions back if he still has pace after picking up the damage. Oh, the BMW taken to the curves. He's having a big slide. It looks like he's taken off. He's gone off.
That's quite a slide. He's lost 2, 3, maybe 4 positions there now.
He is not going to be too pleased about that.
It's just the smallest of errors can really, really cost you here. Really cost you.
Simon up front, he is going to be just driving to his ability. He's not going to be too worried. He just want to get clean laps in for the rest of the 24 minutes. He's driving quite comfortably out here at the front with not much pressure.
As long as he can keep it clean, he's in a very, very good position here at the moment.
I mean,
14.5 seconds in the lead.
2 positions just gained from Homer there. I'm not too sure what happened, but he's back in contention moving up the field after the drive-through and the crash.
Yeah, I mean, he's back to the position he was before the crash. So, doesn't look like there was too much damage then. He's definitely on the charge. So he's comes through Ascari, down towards Parabolica.
You can see behind him, he's got a battle behind him between Dismute and Banks as they come to both Audis carrying what looks like quite a bit of damage.
Yep, looking a bit battered. Dismutes has got the inside line, nice clean corner by him.
Happen. But will the other Audi be able to fight back down the straight?
He's in the slipstream. How much damage is Dismutes carrying? Cracking noise, two Audis screaming down the start-finish straight.
As we come towards T1, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to make the move.
He hasn't gained anything in the slipstream.
Quite happy about this. He can start driving forward and hopefully not have to look in his rear view too much from here. Up in third, we've had Angelo's gone off, the Porsche's gone off.
Oh no!
Mellon and Giles, they go through.
Got to be careful with the re-entry. Reverse it a bit. It's clean. There we go.
Oh, the Porsche just letting the Audi through there. He finds himself now down in 5th.
Yeah, that's gonna gripe a little for him. Hopefully he hasn't. Again, there's a bit of front end damage, and obviously that can really, really affect your aero, which is one thing you need coming through these 3 chicanes.
You need to have full confidence coming into them corners that front end is not gonna understeer out from underneath you, and you're gonna hit.
Absolutely.
Your point. There's too many hazards.
So have we got any other close battles? And it looks like Homer is really gaining now.
He is trying to push again to get back through as he gets onto the back bumper of this BMW of Parkinson.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like he's properly got the hammer down. He's gaining. So he's on the charge. Coming round the last corner.
Will the Porsche, with the damage, be able to... They're not the strongest in the straight line, but will the draft be enough heading towards T1?
He's definitely gaining.
He always looks like he might
make
an attempt.
He slips to the inside.
The braking as they go side by side in.
Oh, it makes it look easy.
Made it look easy.
Great move. Had the slipstream, showed his nose, hit the braking zone, absolutely perfect. It's a great overtake move. He's on the charge. Can he catch up to the next BMW of Ian Roke?
Only 1.3 seconds. He's back in top 10 contentions after being down in 16. He is really trying to get back through this.
Who else have we got on the move at the moment? I think we
Yeah,
need to stick here with Homer, to be fair.
yeah, this seems to be the battle. Everybody's sort of found their pace, and the pack's starting to spread out a bit as everybody finds their rhythm and gets comfortable.
Everyone's settled down now by the looks of things, as Homer has really got the hammer down, piling on the pressure of the back end of Roke's Beamer now.
He must have made a mistake leaving Lesmo's too to lose that much time down this straight.
Yep. Coming through the tricky Ascari.
Staying away from them curbs. He's learned his lesson already today.
Cracking exit. He's already in the toe.
Is he going to make a try into Parabolica, or will he wait to go into T1?
I think he'll wait to go into T1. Just because it's got that extra bit of space. He's
going to
absolutely now Parabolica.
Oh, he's right on his bumper.
Sitting on the bumper. This is brilliant driving. Already pulled to the inside. He knows he's got the speed going down. Already got his nose in front.
Going to the braking zone, it could get a little. He's got it done way before the braking zone. And up into ninth, he is really fighting back now.
What a move again. That's 2 moves in 2 laps into turn 1 by Homer. Great driving. Really great driving as he trying to pull back those positions after starting on pole.
He's got a bit of a gap before he catches up to the next Porsche of 7.5 seconds, but with 18 minutes still to play for, it's still possible. Anything is possible out here at Monza.
Absolutely is. So we've still got Simon Aid out in the lead, 13 points and 2 seconds out in the lead. He's currently got the fastest lap of the race as well. Payne is in second in the Honda. Giles third in the Porsche, and Neil Mellon still 4th in the BMW. Corello, who lost a couple of positions with his little incident, is down in 5th at the moment, then followed by the 2 McLarens of Broadbent and North.
You can see that now Parkinson in the BMW is starting to catch up to Roke behind as well. Maybe having the Porsche in front of him for the lap has given him a bit of a shake. It's very hard to follow around here. You can't see your braking points. You're dealing with the dirty air in the corners. It can be treacherous following another car around here.
Really can. And obviously these BMWs being such a big car, obviously the slipstream behind them, the suck zone if you like, is quite huge as well. So if you can get in behind one of them Beamers, it's going to pull you along as well. He's putting the hammer down. He's 1.5 seconds behind Roke now. They charge down to T1. Hit that braking zone right.
Got Paul Wallace who's in the pits. He is repairing some damage by the looks of it. He could have had an incident in the wall that we did not see. We've got Roger. It looks like he missed turn 1 and took the runoff there. He lost the position to
Glenn Parkinson in the BMW. Yeah. He's pulled away from the other Audi, Banks's Audi though, after them being ever so close and having that great little battle coming down the start-finish straight.
Yeah, even though he's carrying a little bit of damage, he is showing some good pace here in the midfield.
Really is. He's driving well. Who else have we got on the move? Have we got anyone else on the move?
We've got Vitali's down here. He is facing down the Aston Martin, which seems to be carrying some damage.
He's on the charge. Yep. He's very close. Can he?
Oh, the Aston, he lost it on the outside of Lesmo too.
That's gonna hurt.
Bumps. That is gonna hurt. That looked like a big shunt.
Big took a lot of speed into that wall. He really did.
We will be able to see it. We will focus on him as he comes through Ascari. We'll be able to judge really how the car is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the car is not in a good way.
He's not a happy looking Aston.
Come in. Yeah, the front right wheel or the front left wheel, sorry, is definitely not pointing straight anymore.
No.
I would not be surprised if we see him bring it into the pits.
Oh, he's collect.
Oh,
What's happened there?
oh! I'm
Did
not
did
sure. I looked away for a second.
just the McLaren I know was trying to come past him through Ascari, but it looks like he may have collected him as they come down the straight. Or hard to see what happened there, but that's Murray's McLaren. That took a big impact. Big impact.
We are going to see Simon come in the Aston Martin. He is coming in with that damage.
Yeah.
We'll be able to check and see where he comes out afterwards. But we're going to go back to Roke and Ian's battle as they come through the second chicane. One of them taking the bumps.
They're taking the short way through the chicane there.
He's going to lose the 2 positions.
Yep.
He's not going to be happy about that. He's worked quite hard to get up in front. Now he's going to have to work again to get these 2 positions back. Paul is still in the pits. He must be carrying quite a bit of damage. He's been in there for a while. He could even come out maybe down a lap.
I'm just having a few stream issues here. Bear with me.
No problem. Homer's making yet another move here on another Porsche as he goes up into 8th past Kyle Bradford.
He's on the charge, Homer.
On the charge. He's down 7 from where he started, but he is really pushing the hammer down to see.
It's a very good recovery drive.
I mean, we can take a look here and see how people were doing. Start, we've got Simon who's up 1, Conrad is up 3, Phil is up 1, Neil's down 1, Gary Broadbent
up 10 places.
10 places along with Alex North for 7.
What a cracking drive.
There are some people here who are absolutely having a blinding race from their qualifying position.
Vitaly Justice in his McLaren is up 10 places. He will be over the moon with that. Kyle Bradford up 14 places from his qualifying position. There are some great drives going on here. Be some very happy people as we've got 12 minutes left of this race. Some happy racers there.
Paul has now come out the pit. He dropped down to 21st here. We've got Roger here. Roger and the battle is still going on here between these 3. Each time we come back, there seems to be a different order. Now the Audi is now leading these 3.
Some great close wheel racing going on here. They're swapping the positions. This is really good.
We've been in for a right treat this evening. It has been a showcase.
They're coming side by side, hurtling towards. Oh, he just pulled in front of him now. But he's side by side going into Ascari. He's not where you want to be.
He's up
the
9
BMW just run wide at the back there?
Up 9 positions to be here in 11th. He's going to want to be keeping it nice and tidy and just get through this pack. If he can break free, he'll be quite happy into getting into a top 10 if he can take it from Roger.
Yeah, he'll be very pleased with that. He's giving it everything in that BMW. Can he get into enough of slipstream in that Audi? Although the Audis are so quick down the straight, I don't think he's going to be close enough to make a move as they go into the braking zone. Oh, he's last of the late breakers in the BMW. Great on the brakes.
He collected a bit of sand. He didn't go round. He managed to stop it. It looked for a second like he was going to go round.
He's giving absolutely everything, driving the wheels off of that
We
Beamer.
are going to jump back across to Homer. He makes up another position here.
Down the inside of the McLaren. Brilliant drive up to 7th. So that's North in the McLaren that he's passed now.
It looks like the damage he picked up, he seems to just be rolling with the punches here today.
Absolutely. I can't quite see how far of distance he's got to 6th place. Broadbent in 6th. How far is that?
5.2. He's got 5.2 seconds now to the car in front of him. 4.9. He's eating out of the delta between the 2 cars.
there's just over 10 minutes left. Can he catch Broadbent in the McLaren to challenge for 6th place? I think if he could get 6th place after the starts that he had in his incident, I think he would settle for that, you know?
We'll jump across and we'll have a look how Simon's doing out here in the lead. We haven't seen much of Simon. He has just been comfortably driving up here in the front in the BMW.
Bit of a lonely race for him, but I don't suppose he'll mind that for a second. He's still got that nice, is that 12.5 seconds lead out in front. He's keeping it nice and clean as he comes through Ascari. So the Ascari for the 13th time. Down towards Parabolica.
He'll be very happy with this performance. He'll just be wanting to be careful coming through the back markers that he doesn't get into any trouble. The last thing he wants coming through. With 10 minutes left to go, he's just want to bring this home nice and cleanly.
Yeah, this is where different types of nerves can start to kick in, because you've got that little bit of a buffer, but you know one little error can bring that gap right back down, and he's going to want to keep it clean, and that's going to be on his mind now.
It looks like we've had a bit of an incident with Christian here. It looks like he lost his position to Jeff just now with a yellow flag. Not sure whether he had an off through Ascari or a bit of a wiggle. But Jeff is now up again because Paul is. Hold on, we find the order here as they come through.
Oh, Jeff is on the. Is that Jeff on the inside of the?
Yeah, it looks like Jeff. Jeff took the escape road. They had to take over the sausages. It looks like it cost him a little spot.
So we've got 4 McLarens in a row there.
We can see here that everybody below Paul Murray is down a lap. So where we've had incidents and pits and damages. See the leaders make their way through the pack now, and they'll just want to get through without any incidents and have no problems. We've got
Honda there,
Roger and Glenn still fighting over here as they come down the home straight.
So Glenn has got in front of Roger. Glenn was behind Roger, but Roger's looking to the inside coming down to T1. He's got the inside, but is he braking hard?
It looks like the BMW let him have it, or a little wiggle there.
Very good driving from the pair of them. Really good move, as these two have been changing places for the last 4 or 5 laps. Cracking wheel-to-wheel racing.
Oh, let's not forget Ian was very involved in this battle to begin with, even though it seems he's fallen off a little bit.
Just drops off a bit, yeah.
Watching these two fight in front of you is going to be very motivating to get that down and just stay with them, and who knows what could happen. We got 6 minutes, just over 6 minutes left to go, as these battles will start to intensify as the time runs out.
Absolutely. He's going to want. They've just got to trip each other up a little bit and slow each other down, and he's right back in the race. So he's just got to keep the pressure on and just hope that they can just slow each other down. But it just looks as though Roger in the Audi's just got a bit of fresh air now. Glenn just needs to get the hammer down a bit.
We've had a change up the front here into T1 for the podium. As Neil and Phil, they are battling it out for that last spot on the podium.
Look how close they are going through the chicane. Bumper to bumper.
Phil is not going to want to give this up into these late stages of the race. He's going to want to stick with him, try and get that position back. Oh, both of them running wide. They are pushing.
Fully committed going through Lesbo 2 there.
You don't want to do that in the second one, though. We see a little bit of dirt kicked up.
He's in the slipstream going down towards Ascari. He's not going to want to make a move going, but covers off the inside just to make sure. Hard on the brakes.
Or ate a lot of curbs. Porsche's going to want to stay with him to try and get the draft as they come out of Ascari. See a little bit of dirt kicked up there.
it looks like he's close enough. He
looks
doesn't
like they
want
have
to
a
be
blue
making a move
flag.
into Parabolica as Neil covers off the inside just to be doubly sure. But if he can get a good exit and sit in that BMW's toe, now there is a back marking. McLaren, he's moved out of the
Oh.
way, just trips the Porsche up just a little bit. That'll give Neil the buffer just coming down the start-finish straight into turn one. I don't think there'll be a move made here. He's just going to have to get back into that slipstream, so he needs a good exit out of this first chicane. That's a cracking exit, to be fair.
All over him.
He's glued to the bumper of Neil at the moment. Look at this for wheel-to-wheel action.
Round the
Going
outside,
round
the curve of
outside.
Not got the momentum to make it happen. The BMW is going to want to put it in the middle of the road here. Oh,
he's got
let him
the
in.
inside line. This is going to be interesting. They're side by side going through the chicane. Wow.
Oh, they just leave enough space. It looks like the Porsche's made it happen.
He's got through.
What a brilliant move there. Perfect driving by the both of them.
Absolutely insane wheel-to-wheel action. To be side by side through that chicane, not touch, and both be on full power and get a great exit. Brilliant racing. Absolutely fantastic from the pair of them.
Homer's going to be so pleased with his performance today. To be down from 16th to 16th from a drive-through.
Yeah.
But to now, I mean, he had a 5-second gap to Broadbent. He's closed that down to just a second now. We could see him get back up and gain 6 places back.
And that's a lot of points to be gained as well. So he's going to really be wanting to try and
match right on the tail
move.
of him here. Let's see if we can get across to Homer here quickly. See if we can catch this move. Oh, where is it? Who's here? Looks like he gave him a bit of room here.
So we come into Ascari. He's going to make it nice and clean. Focus on getting that really good exit. Get that toe.
We're gonna jump back. We've got so much action going. We've got these two at the front who are absolutely battling it out. I don't know where to be right now.
We need 2 cameras.
We need more cameras. It looks like Homer's got it done into Parabolica.
We missed it on camera, but he's made that move.
So much going on. It's so hard to get it all. But he has got it. He's up into 6th place. 2.1 seconds behind Angelo. So he could be looking at a top 5 today, people, which is absolutely incredible.
That would be insane. He can see him. He's on the charge. If he can just get a good exit out of here, get that power down, he is gaining on Corello's Porsche.
We will keep an eye on that gap, guys, and we will be right back if that gets any smaller. But we've got these 3 still battling it out for a top 10 spot.
Most of the race, these 3 have been together and swapping positions.
They'll be thinking there's 2 laps. Oh, we've had it. The Audi's gone round. The Audi's gone round. He was touched by the BMW and he spun round.
He's come off the worst there and spun. Is now the back of the 3. Parkinson has made it through. Roke has gained a position.
He'll be feeling some sort of way about that. He'll be wanting to look at that back and see what happened. It's definitely unsettled him as we see it take to the curb. It's a lot when something like that happens to you on track. It can really rattle you, people. It's the adrenaline dump.
Your tyres are going to be hot, and you've only got there's only a minute left in the race as well, so he's not going to have time to cool those tyres down. So we've got Parkinson's gone wide.
Big error. We're going to see the other BMW right on his tail coming down the straight. He's going to have the momentum.
Can he get past him coming down towards Ascari?
Oh, we got a classic case of red versus blue here. Yeah, he's got
in front of him. He's made it. He's just got to make sure he nails the braking zone. A clean Ascari is what he needs here. He's picked up 2 places in the space of half a lap.
We're going to jump to Homer quickly. Homer's looking to make up another position down the home straight.
He's fixed outside of Corello. Corello's defending like mad. He's just in front. Can he
Oh,
now the braking line?
they're level.
Side by side.
Oh, he lets him
This
have
is
it.
amazing racing.
It is so close up here at the front.
He didn't quite make the move, but that was really good defending by Corello. Great driving. He knows Homer's got the pace on him, but he's only got to hold on for... Are we on the last lap yet?
One more lap.
One
We're going
more lap
to be coming up with the
He's
leader
got a lot
here.
of defending to do.
The leader is going to cross the line. Now we've got Simon coming to the line. It's all over so fast, guys. I didn't expect it to end so quickly. Like, I wanted this to carry on. I was having so much fun.
And that's it.
That's it. We got Simon bringing it across the line for first. He was in a race of his own. We're going to jump back to Homer and see if he can make this happen. Against this portion of final stages of the race, we got Payne coming over for second in the Honda.
Giles in third.
Giles in third. He's going to be happy with that. Mellon in fourth.
But the battle for fifth is on as it goes, slides round Ascari.
This is going to go to the line, folks.
This is going to go to the line. How excited. Broadbent is right behind them as well. Any mistake from those two Porsches and Broadbent is going to lap up 2 positions there into the last corner.
Oh, it looks like Parkinson had an error back there. He lost 2 positions involved in the fight. Oh, it's going to be a race to the line. It's going to be... Oh,
Broadbent is involved. This is a 3-way race to the line.
Who's going to get it? Who's going to get it? Oh, Homer got it. He got it from him. He got fifth. What? Whoa, Broadbent, he got Angelo as well. Making up a position at the end there.
Wow, what a finish to the race. I mean, Homer just managed to sneak down the inside. I think there was a little bit of door-to-door there between the two Porsches, which left the door open for Broadbent in the McLaren. Fantastic racing. Really, really good. So Parkinson has dropped back now. So Disputes comes across the line.
In the battle he had, he lost the position to one BMW, but gained a position back.
Another. Wow. What a race. What a race. So congratulations, Simon Aid, for a very lonely drive at the front there, but I don't suppose he'll mind that for a minute, who takes the top tier on the podium, followed by the Honda of Payne.
Oh, and sorry there. I'll bring that back for you.
Because I can't see it now. There we go. And we've got Giles in the Porsche for third. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is your podium. What a race for Group 2, Race 2 here at Monza. SIMSeniors absolutely... I mean, they killed it. Absolutely killed it. Brilliant. What a race.
Yeah, what a race. I mean, I was really looking forward to this, and I built up quite a bit of excitement, and it lived up to the hype. And
it really, really did.
I know Simon is going to be very happy. I believe that keeps him up in first in the championship, leading with points. He'll be very happy about that going into the third round.
Absolutely. I feel there might be a few incidents for the stewards to look at, but that will be sorted out. And I think everybody will be raring to go and looking forward to Suzuka.
Yeah, looking forward to Suzuka. It has been an absolute pleasure for me to commentate this race this evening for you guys, and it's been a pleasure having your company to do it, Craig.
Oh, it's been an absolute blast, mate. Absolute blast, and I'm really, really looking forward to doing Suzuka with you as well. So that's a good night from me.
It's a good night from me, and we will see you at Suzuka for round 3 in the rain.
Take care.
Take care till next time.